What's up, Tigers, and welcome to this episode where we're going to show you what to do when you are feeling depressed and how to be the hero in your own journey. My name is James and welcome to my channel. We are here to improve your happiness by improving your mental health. So in life, we're led to believe that life goes along lines something like this, where we have little ups, little downs, little ups, little downs. But in reality, the ups and downs are a lot bigger, more like a roller coaster where we have up and down and up and down. This can be getting a new relationship, going on a holiday. Then on the flip side, when you have the downs, it can be breaking up in a relationship, losing a job, anything along those lines. So life teaches us how, or basically what we see of life is a nice highlight reel where we see all the ups, but what we forget to mention, or what we forget to see, or what society chooses not to show us, is all the downs that we go through in life. And this can make us feel depressed a lot of the time because you don't know how to deal with it. Sure, you know how to deal with the ups, because who doesn't want to deal with ups? They're good, they're great. But what do you do when you go down into the slump and no one talks about it, no one tells you how to get out of it, so you can end up feeling depressed? So what can you do when you're in that slump to get out of it? So there is a reason why we love movies like Harry Potter, The Lord of the Rings, The Lion King, and we love the characters from this, like Harry Potter, like Simba, like Frodo. And that's because they go through something called the hero's journey, which you can see over here. And what life tries to teach us is basically that a whole section from this is missing: the tests and allies, the dragon or the enemy that you have to face and confront with, and the big ordeal that you have to deal with. And life in modern day society teaches us that this whole section doesn't exist. But the reason why we love these guys like Harry, like Frodo, like Simba, is because they go through these insanely hard and insanely difficult tests that we know we all face in real life ourselves, and we have to go through these challenges and these obstacles and come through them. And that's why we resonate so emotionally and so deeply with these characters. But life doesn't teach us that these tests and tribulation, these trials, these demons, these dragons that we have to face, they don't exist. And we never see that online or through social media. All we see is the good and the great and the rewards. So when all these tests comes, when we have to face down these demons and these dragons in real life, like losing a job, going through a breakup, whatever it is, we don't know how to deal with them. And then we feel depressed because we feel like we're the only ones going through these trials and tribulations. And that's why we find comfort in the likes of movies like Harry Potter and like The Lord of the Rings, where guys go through these trials and tribulations and we can empathize with them. And that's why we fall so in love with them, because they go through this, they fall down flat on their face and they pick themselves up and they keep moving forward. So what is it that we can do in our lives today to essentially be the hero in our own lives and move past these trials and tribulations that no one talks about? So we have to figure out our own way to get through them ourselves. So what can we do with that? So what can you do when you're feeling down or feeling depressed? One thing you can do is to try and find a friend who you trust, who you can open up to, and who can try help you with what you're dealing with. How far do you think Frodo would have gotten without Sam, or Simba without Nala, or Timon and Pumbaa, or Harry without Ron or Hermione? Not particularly far, I would imagine. So try find a friend, and this can be hard, I know, especially say for me, a man, where men traditionally in Irish society were conditioned to basically not show our emotions, and if you're going through crap, you deal with it yourself and you don't talk about it and you don't speak about it really. So it can be really hard to deal with yourself when you're basically conditioned to basically never talk about it and just figure it out. But that's not a helpful way forward, and I can't imagine how many people have taken their own lives because they feel lonely and isolated dealing with all these demons themselves. So it is important to find that friend of yours who you can open up to, and this can be hard initially because normally you have to make the first move to actually put yourself out there, make yourself feel open, weak and vulnerable, but someone will respond. And if you don't have a friend you can do that to, go on places like Reddit mental health, Reddit depression, Reddit anxiety, where people are openly talking about these issues. And you can have someone, even if it's just through the internet, who can help you feel better about your day, even if it's just through a little message online. But those little steps and finding someone to open up to talk to about these issues can make a world of difference, whether it's in person or online. Something else important to consider here is that Sometimes life is absolutely going to Mike Tyson your ass and leave you bloodied on the floor, gasping for breath and not sure if you can do this. This happens to Frodo, happens to Harry, it happens to Simba. All of them face these times where they just don't know if they can do it. Frodo doesn't know if he can destroy the ring. Simba doesn't know if he has what it takes to go back and take back the Pride Lands. We all go through these moments of doubt, self-despair, self-loathing, where we just feel like giving up and we can't do it. But it takes a lot of courage and grit and mettle to pull yourself out of that and just keep moving forward. Unfortunately, like Buddhism and stoicism say, suffering is a part of life. That's just a fact. We're all going to suffer sooner or later in life. And when you just change your perspective on that, like, look, suffering is going to happen, but I just got to change how I deal with it and how I face it and just fight through it. It's not easy and you're going to feel like giving up and you don't want to do it. You can't do this, but you just got to fight through it. Have your friends help you if you can't get up yourself, but just fight. Every inch counts. And as Theodore Roosevelt said, smooth seas never made for a skilled sailor. So don't worry, out of these ordeals and these struggles, it's going to make you a stronger and better person in life as you move forward. So next time you're feeling down or depressed, don't worry, it's okay. And just try, if you can find a friend in person who you trust or even over the internet to confide in that you're feeling crappy. It can just really help to put it out there and get some perspective that it's okay, that other people go through this too, and that really helps you move forward with your feelings. And something else you can also do is just remember that life is going to suck sometimes, that suffering is going to happen, and yes, you're going to feel like crap sometimes and struggle and go through low points and down points and really tough times. But just remember that that's part of life, and once you accept that suffering is going to happen, you can accept it and deal with it. Even if that only means inch by inch at a time, just put one foot in front of the other and eventually you will climb yourself out of that cave and move forward. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please consider subscribing. In the meantime, don't forget to let your mind roar. Peace.